Welcome to our roundtable discussion. I'm Michaela.
I'm Bryce.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Matt.
For our 3 categories, we did breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we hope you enjoy.
All right, so I'm gonna start off with the breakfast part. I did the football facility. It's located at 1301 East Colvin Street. It is strictly available to football team members and staff. So to get into the cafe, you're gonna need a valid ID, which is a deal breaker for anybody that can't get one. Outside of the eating area, there is a lounge that offers multiple amenities that you can enjoy when you are not eating, like ping pong, video games, TV, and a couple different arcade games. You're able to eat from 5:45 a.m. until 7:45 a.m. At the beginning of the line, inside the eating area, there's a fruit bar where you can get different types of fruit before your main meal. After the fruit bar, there's a grill station run by a chef that will make any breakfast food you can think of. If you don't want to wait for something custom made for you, they also have an option to get food from the buffet. And when it comes to drinks, they offer a large selection of fountain drinks. For common breakfast drinks, you can get water, juices, tea, coffee. But if you're not feeling any of those options, you can get Gatorade, lemonade, or other like flavorful drinks. After you're done eating, you put your dishes in the window located by the door, where they'll be cleaned and given back to the cooks on the line. And on the way out, they encourage you to grab a snack from the snack shelf, which mostly consists of granola bars and different quick energy snacks. And I highly recommend this cafe if you're able to get on the team itself or other staff.
I went to the Fall Cafe for breakfast since I have a 9:30 class that in the morning there. And so Falk has 5 floors. You enter on the 3rd floor, which is kind of odd, but the Fall Cafe is found 1 floor below on the 2nd floor. It's kind of hidden in a hallway on the 2nd floor. There's just a small sign that kind of indicates where it is. It's literally a hole in the wall, as I kind of describe it, but a good one. And so there's many things on the menu at Falk to get for breakfast, and they serve breakfast all day. Breakfast sandwiches, pastries, like muffins, pumpkin bread, bagels, and lots of like coffee, tea, hot chocolate. I'll get into that. So I decided to get 3 different items for breakfast at the Falk Cafe, starting with a plain toasted bagel with butter, and I got a slice of pumpkin bread and a hot chocolate. The plain toasted bagel with butter was made really well. It was toasted like perfectly. It wasn't too soft or overcooked, and the pumpkin bread was made really well. It was the first time I felt like I was at home when I was eating, because it tasted just how my mom makes it at home. And the hot chocolate though was on the not too good, as it was a Swiss Miss bag that I could get straight off of Amazon. The service was great at the Fall Cafe. There's only 2 people and there was a long line. I thought I was going to be late for my first class, but I was in and out really fast, and there's a good amount of tables to sit at, but the walls and artwork were pretty basic.
Is it like a loud environment, or do you think you could like go there to get work done if you had to?
So it's definitely not the best spot to get work done, because it's kind of enclosed walls with where the sound's kind of hidden off the walls, like echoes. But right directly across, there's a huge study lounge where you can easily get work done. You can order food and just bring it literally like 4 steps across the hall and get work done.
Nice.
For me, I went to Graham. I live in Day Hall currently, so that's where I go for breakfast just about every day. The dining hall there, at least breakfast, closes around 10. For me, I usually go with like eggs, biscuit, and something other healthy items that I can get on my plate, but there are a ton of options there. They serve like eggs, biscuits, pancakes, waffles, all the breakfast foods you could want. And overall, I would just say it's very simple breakfast food, but pretty solid. I was a little impressed.
I went to Olston's Cafe in Whitman School of Management. I went like after my first class around 10 o'clock in the morning. The wait was very short, like there wasn't really any line. The menu is mostly just breakfast and lunch food, and I was there for breakfast, so I got a toasted bagel with butter, and then They also have a bunch of drink options like coffee, tea, soda, and juice. I got coffee. So for my bagel, it was toasted pretty well and good amount of butter. It was definitely good. I was really hungry, so it satisfied that need. And then I also got a coffee, and it's basically just Starbucks coffee, which is a little disappointing, but they just have the ice and the hot, and I just made my hot coffee and like put creamer and everything. It was fine. They had a really good seating area, like it's a big open room, and then there was a bunch of different tables with chairs and like a counter. So Olston's Cafe is definitely a good place to go, but it is a little bit far just because it's like at Whitman, but if you have classes there, it's definitely a good option for breakfast or lunch if you're in a hurry.
So an outside review from the Fall Cafe that I have, my roommate who went with me, he got a breakfast sandwich and a coffee. He thoroughly enjoyed it. He also has a 9:30 a.m. start time to his day in Falk, just like me, and he said, I definitely see myself coming here on some Tuesdays and Thursdays before class. The food is really good and inexpensive.
Nice. So would you guys say that the breakfast was good all around?
Definitely good
Yeah,
breakfast.
I could say
Alright,
so.
I would agree.
For lunch, I went to Core Life, which is located in the Shine Student Center. On most weekdays, it is open from 10:30 to 8, so for a pretty long time. And Core Life shares a home with many other eateries like Dunkin', Pan Express, many other places. For me, the food there and the way it's served, it reminded me a lot of a Cava or a Chipotle. You get online and you can get a custom bowl. You can tell them your order, tell them exactly what you want. Staff was very, very friendly. They were very good. And when it came to the meal, I was very impressed. It was, I would say, reasonably healthy, a lot healthier than some of the other options in there, like Pan Express, as I mentioned, a lot better than that. For myself, I ordered a rice bowl with lettuce, broccoli, onions, cheese, and steak. And I felt good eating it. And they also serve some drinks there. I got lemonade. They have other juices there. And overall, I think Core Life has been probably the best, I guess, restaurant or food place I've been to on campus so far.
Nice.
So for my lunch, I intended to go to Jimmy John's, but it's permanently closed. So I ended up going to Subway, which is found in the Marshall Square Mall on Marshall Street. The decor and the restaurant itself, really small. There was no seating at all there. Definitely not the nicest of restaurants I've been into, especially in Syracuse. And the service was really slow. There was 3 people ahead of me in line when I got there at like 1 o'clock, busy lunchtime. Only 2 people were working, 3 people ahead of me in line, and it took over 10 minutes for me to even have it my turn to order. And then once I finally was able to order, I ordered an all-American hoagie, which has turkey, ham, bacon, American cheese, lettuce, tomato, red onions, and mayo on the foot-long Italian roll. The meat was put on it, and then it was set aside for another almost 10 minutes for the other employee to finish, who was busy with other customers still ahead of me in line. And then I also got a garden salsa bag of Sun Chips, which can be bought at any grocery store, so nothing special. I'm not going to really review that. There was nothing wrong with the chips. So back to the all-American hoagie. The hoagie was good. It was fresh. The roll was fresh. Everything about it was fresh. However, it just wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. Being from Philadelphia, I rely on Wawa for like all of my sandwiches, hoagies especially. Like I go there weekly, and I just think everything about Wawa is just better, and that's what I'm comparing the Subway hoagie to. I think Wawa's food is just better. Their service and system is so much more efficient. I can get in and out in like 5 minutes, whereas the Subway, it took me well over 20 minutes to order, get my food, and go. So definitely wasn't the best experience at the Subway in Syracuse. I would not highly recommend it, but
So I'm just curious, so you mentioned Wawa a lot. What was your average order there?
my go-to is very similar at Wawa. It's just like a turkey and cheese hoagie, mayo, lettuce, onion. I switch it up though. I'll get like paninis wrapped sometimes. It kind of varies.
I've been to Wawa twice.
I've been there a couple times.
very
'cause
good, yeah.
In Jersey, I get the paninis all the time. They're great.
So my lunch was Chipotle, and in my experience, the Chipotle on Marshall Street is definitely a popular spot, which is often swarmed with college students and local people looking for a quick meal. However, this popularity comes at a cost because they're often running out of ingredients and toppings during their peak hours, which has left me disappointed multiple times. Being a restaurant that revolves around being customizable and making your own order, running out of these essential components definitely raises a concern. The negative side of this restaurant is definitely a major drawback as it affects the quality and variety of the options for the customers, ultimately lowering my overall appeal to the restaurant. It is open from 9:45 a.m. to 9 p.m. On the other hand, Chipotle located on Erie Boulevard is open longer, having hours from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., and they offer more accessible, enjoyable dining experience. Besides being a little bit farther, they managed to maintain a reasonable level of business, ensuring that their ingredients stay stocked and everything is fresh.
Nice. I would say that from my experience at the Chipotle on Marshall Street, the food has been good, but it's very dirty. The tables are very dirty. The trash is like always overflowing. But yeah, it's just,
I've never been to the Chipotle on this Marshall Street yet, but my Chipotle back home is exactly like that.
Yeah.
Dirty, always running out of ingredients, and just not a place I'd recommend.
I can kind of agree. The Chipotle in my area is a lot better than the one around here.
for lunch, I went to Poke Fish on Marshall Street. There's not a lot of wait time to order there, but I did find that you have to wait a long time to get your food once you order it, even when it's like completely empty. But they did have a lot of menu options like rice, noodles, and salad base for the bowls. And then you can do like fish or like a meat or tofu. And they have just like a bunch of add-ons and sauces. When I went, I got a rice bowl with tofu edamame, seaweed salad, and their like yummy sauce. It was really good. The sauce is definitely yummy. And I would definitely recommend if you like that kind of food. They had a lot of good drink options too, like soda and juice and tea. The seating is good. It's just a lot of booths. Yeah, I think the only downside is that you have to wait like a really long time for your food, but besides that, it's really good.
So an outside review from Subway. This was found on Google Maps regarding this exact Subway location in Syracuse, dated from just over a year ago from Tech Neon, saying, I was in Subway in Marshall Plaza. I waited for 20 minutes. I was asked what I would like. I asked for a 6-inch sub. It got tossed and sat there for another 20 minutes. So basically, it seems like Tech's experience was very similar to mine at Subway. And I would not be surprised if many other people had the same exact experience and opinions of the Subway. Dinner, I'll run the dinner section of this roundtable. I'll kick it off with saying I went to the Halal Shack, found in the Shine Center, right in the middle of the many options there. For those who may not be familiar with the Halal Shack, it's a Mediterranean and Middle Eastern. It kind of combines those two cultures of food. So for the food there's 5 bowls to choose from: rice bowl, fries bowl, salad bowl, zoodles bowl, and sweet potato noodles bowl. I went with the rice bowl, which I'll get into in a little bit. The service was really good. There was a line of at least 20 people ahead of me. I went like 6 p.m., very busy dinner time there when people just get out of class. And I didn't have to wait long, maybe like 5-10 minutes. So then when it was finally my turn, like I said, I got a rice bowl with white rice. I chose chicken and beef as a combination for my filling. And then for toppings, there was roughly 15 toppings to put in the bowl, like vegetables, chips, cheese, beans, hummus, and more. I put 5 different toppings, I think, like tomato, lettuce, onion, chips, cheese in my bowl. And then the last part of the process to getting a bowl at the Hall Shack is sauces. There's 6 different sauces to choose from. There's like 3 hot, not 3 non-hot. I went with the white sauce, which is not hot because I personally am not a fan of spices. So the food was really good. It was really fresh. Definitely would recommend to anyone that goes in the Shine. Definitely a really good spot for dinner or even lunch.
Nice. I've never tried it, but that's like my top thing to try right now.
I've heard very good things about the Halal Shack
Yeah.
from many people. Me personally, for my dinner, I went to Panda Express, which is also in this Shine Center, same place Halal Shack and Core Life are in. For me, I had a very bad experience at Panda Express. I thought the food was horrible. I felt kind of disgusting after I had it.
Really, I went there and I liked it.
Really.
Yeah.
I got the fried rice, orange chicken, beef broccoli, and a chicken egg roll. The fried rice was pretty good, I'll give it that. The chicken was okay. I thought the beef broccoli was terrible. That's where it really went wrong for me. And the egg roll was like just okay, but overall I didn't have a great experience.
My dinner place was Texas de Brazil, and it is a mildly formal dining experience, so it's not just like a everyday type of thing. It's kind of expensive, but my favorite part of it is it's basically all you can eat, like endless meat restaurant. So the servers walk around the restaurant with various cuts of meats, slicing it off of the sword directly onto your plate. The range of meats is extremely deep, including options like top sirloin, bottom sirloin, smoked sausage, bacon wrapped chicken, and my favorite is the filet, which is perfectly cooked, but you can get it whatever temperature you want.
I went to Sadler Dining Hall for dinner. I'm a little biased just because I live in Sadler, but I definitely think it's the best dining hall. My favorite part is the booths that they have, like right when you walk in. They're like kind of private, so you can like sit there and get your work done while you eat if you have work. It's pretty clean too, compared to other dining halls I've been to. There's a lot of menu options. There's a salad bar and a fruit bar that's there all day, but I would really only get the salad bar at lunch or dinner. There's always like pizza and pasta, and like a sandwich area where you can make a sandwich, like a hot meal section. There's always gluten-free food, and they have a whole vegan section, which is good for like if you're vegetarian or vegan. I got orange chicken with rice and a veggie spring roll, and then like some fruit and vegetables as well. I like the orange chicken a lot. They have it there quite often, and I usually tend to get it when they do have it. And the fruit and vegetables are always fresh and good, which is like you don't always know with like a school dining hall. I usually just get a Diet Pepsi because that's my favorite. But I definitely recommend good food. Yeah. So I found an outside resource for this one on YouTube. The account is it's called Niche College Search App. And the girl in the video, at least when it was filmed, I don't know if she still goes here, but she was a student and she lived in Lawrenson, and she was saying she loved Sadler Dining Hall. It was close to her dorm. She loved how there were so many options, especially with the sandwich bar, which I personally have yet to try out, but I want to. And she said she would definitely recommend it as well.
I must say I disagree. I have friends in Sadler, so I've been to the dining hall there a bunch, and having gone to Day Hall every day, I can say, in my opinion, Sadler is worse.
Okay.
But
I mean, we're allowed to have different opinions.
each
So.
to their own.
Yeah.
The only 2 dining halls I've been to is Graham, since I live in Day Hall, and Ernie Davis.
I've heard
And
Ernie is bad.
I think Ernie Davis is the best one of the
Okay.
two, but I also do really like Graham. I think both are really, really good.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So what would you all say your favorite meal you had was?
I guess I would probably go with Core Life. Overall, it's pretty healthy, and I felt pretty solid after, and tasted pretty good to me.
For me, my dinner at the Hall Shack was definitely my favorite meal for the same reasons. It's on the healthier side. I felt really good afterwards.
I would say my favorite is the breakfast, just because it's free and we eat it every morning. So it just gets us ready for our day.
Nice.
Thank you for watching this roundtable.